Today we're going to continue our session on poems, and if you've watched the previous video you would have learnt a little bit about the word lament, and we're going to continue, and our learning intention is what are lamenting poems. We're going to learn about that, and we're going to understand again what makes a poem, and then again how we can write our own lamenting poem. I'm going to read this for you, and then we're going to go through some questions. You've got a worksheet that's already been printed for you, hopefully. So find that in your booklet. It's got the poem, and then it's got 3 sheets for you to answer, and that's our focus today. That's what we're going to be doing. If there's anything I read out right now that you don't understand, that's okay. Maybe just circle the word in your booklet. I'd encourage you to have it in front of you. Take notes. Maybe you want red for words you don't understand. Maybe you want to write little notes in blue. Underline the bits that are rhyming. I don't know. Just mark up your sheet so you are following along with me, showing that you are understanding it. The Poet's Lament. Oh, why do we have to write poems? Such a ludicrous waste of my time. There are so many ways to express an idea without using rhythm or rhyme. Similes, metaphors, symbols and sounds, assonance and alliteration. So many words that I don't understand, all contributing to my frustration. And what about all the ridiculous rules for each line, each verse, and each word? There must be a much less tiresome way to have all of my sentiments heard. I want to express how I'm feeling, but a poem is just not the way. What if you think I sound silly or wrong and you don't understand what I say? So, please don't make me write poems. It's clearly a waste of my time. I'll find other ways to express my ideas without using rhythm or rhyme. Written by Stephanie Mulrooney. I enjoyed this poem. Again, all about how this person doesn't want to write a poem, but what do? They wrote a poem. So maybe they're being a bit of a jester. They're jesting you, which just means having a bit of a joke, and they really do like poems because this poem was very humorous, and I would assume they had a bit of fun writing it. Hopefully you've gone through and you've underlined, highlighted, circled, made some notes. Pause the video, go through it, because then, as I said, we're going to go through these 3 sheets of questions and you're going to need to answer it. I'm going to make another video where I will go through each question just in case you are stuck and you need a bit of help. But for now, I think you probably should be okay. Some of the questions you might need a bit of help with. We had something like question 3 where it says, circle any words that you are unfamiliar with, yada yada yada. Question 4 says, what ridiculous rules might the poet be referring to in the 3rd verse? So we talked about that yesterday's lesson. So make sure you go back and watch that video if you get stuck. Some examples of rules was we looked at structure, and some of the rules were, is it free verse? Is it fixed verse, which just meant, is there rules to how the sentences are laid out? Does it need to have a comma, then a full stop? That would be fixed. Or free means there's no real rule in terms of it has to rhyme or it has to have a certain amount of syllables in different sections. But free is often, you just need to be very creative and flowery with your words, have great vocabulary. So looking at all of those rules, maybe a rule could be, are you including metaphors in your poem? So if you get stuck, look back at yesterday's video for that. And when you are finished, it was just 2 questions. This is all the answers. When you are finished with the 2 pages, my apologies, then I would love it for you to give it a go at writing your own lament poem. So in the previous video, we sort of wrote like a lamenting psalm, whereas this time I'd like you just to write a lament about anything. And maybe you want to be funny like this person and write about how you don't like writing poems, even if you secretly do. And you can have a bit of fun with how you can pretend you're really upset at it. I look forward to reading your awesome poems when you send them through.